Stu Larsen è nato in Australia, nel piccolo paesino di Dalby, e ad oggi è un musicista costantemente in giro per il mondo, sempre in viaggio. A 2 anni di distanza dal suo album di debutto, che non poteva che chiamarsi Vagabond, è tornato con un nuovo lavoro in studio che si intitola Resolute e che ci ha raccontato di aver scritto tra un cottage in Scozia, un appartamento in Spagna e un bunker militare nella sua Australia. Questa è la mia intervista a Stu Larsen.
Yeah, so I spent maybe over 1 year or 2 years. I would take 1 week here, 1 week there to try and write songs. And I found an amazing place in Scotland and somewhere in Spain. And then in Australia, there's this place. It's actually called Possum Park, and it's maybe 1 or 2 hours from where I grew up. And it's an old army bunker storage facility, but some of the bunkers have been converted into accommodation. So some of them are as they were back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and some of them are now very simple accommodation. So it's literally under the ground, and it's very dark, and you can sleep lots and stay up late and write music, and there's no noise that is distracting, or if I make noise, no one else can hear it. And so it was a very peaceful and quiet place to try and write some songs. I guess the songs on the new album, Resolute, came over 2 years or 3 years of travelling. A lot of the songs are about places that I visited or people that I met along the way. And the title of the album comes from a song called Going Back to Bowenville. There's a line in there that says, "When I was a little boy, I was so shy and resolute." And I was extremely timid and shy when I was small, but I felt like I knew what I wanted, but I was just very reserved in myself. And I think that word has been important to me lately. The last album was called Vagabond, and that was for that chapter of my life. I was nomadic and traveling around, and still now, but that was when I was starting that. And now I feel like I, again, know more of what I want and more firm and resolute in what I'm doing. I think that's where the title came from.
Train coming. You don't need no baggage. You just get on board. And all you need is faith.
I am still quite shy. When I was very small, I wouldn't answer the phone, or if someone knocked on the door, I would run away. Like I was very, very shy. And I think I'm still shy now, but when I started to travel on my own, I realized that if I was going to stay shy, I would not be able to do anything. So I started to become more brave and talk to people and meet people and make friends along the way. And now I feel more comfortable, more confident. But deep down, I'm still a shy little kid from Bowenville in Australia. Yeah.
You don't need no ticket. You just thank the Lord.
Passenger is a very good friend of mine. Mike is his real name. But we met in 2010, I think it was, in Australia, and started traveling together. And it was just the two of us on the road for 2 or 3 years, and it was amazing. I owe a lot of my career to Mike. He took me around the world and showed me what touring was about. Before that, I didn't really tour. I would go and play one show here, play one show there. But Mike introduced me to touring, and watching him do what he does. He's one of the best performers that I've ever seen. You've seen him, I'm sure, and you know how everyone in the room feels like they are so close with that moment. And I have learnt so much from him. No, yeah, I've been traveling for 10 years now 10 years on the road since I quit my job in the bank. And I think there's two things that helped me in that situation. When I first left my house, I gave away all of my things. I kept my guitar and a camera and some clothes, but the rest of the things I gave away, and so I had nothing to go back to, no possessions, no house to be always on my mind thinking, I have to go back, I have to go back. So giving that up was a very good decision because I was free and I could just go and keep going to the next place. And I think when I also started out, I said I would do it for 2 years before I went back to any job, because I knew that it would be very hard. I would want to go back home after 1 month or 6 months. So after 2 years, it became normal. I think like anything you do, when you first start it, it's a challenge and it's difficult, and you think, how is this going to be possible? But the more you do it, the more normal it becomes. I think my life is different for a lot of people, but for me it's now normal. I don't miss home, I don't have a home. I love traveling. I love seeing my friends in every city where I visit, and I feel very lucky.
We hit San Francisco and it felt just like
so many places. That's the hard thing about traveling is only being in places for a short amount of time. So there's so many places that I would love to live for a while. I spent 1 or 2 weeks in Lecce in the south of Italy, and I fell in love, and I've only been there once, but I want to go back and stay longer. And I love Scotland and Sweden and Spain, and there's so many, Japan. There's so many countries that if we could live forever, I would want to live in each place for 2 or 3 years and really immerse into that city or that culture. But for now, I stay 2 days in each place and then move on. Yeah. No, busking is not my favorite thing to do. I've been busking maybe 10 times maybe in my life. Passenger is a busker, and I would tag along with him, and I would sell his CDs and hand out flyers and talk to people and sing 1 or 2 songs with him. But for me, I think busking, you need a certain personality, and I think someone like Passenger, he has that, and I see so many buskers, and some of them are able to draw the crowd in and make people want to be a part of that. But for me, I'm kind of the opposite. I just want to sing my songs, and if someone wants to stop and listen, that's good. If not, they can keep going. Like I don't have that big personality to make people want to stay, I think. So for me, busking is not my favorite thing. No.
You said we'd meet in Amsterdam.
Next year, I hope. I have a friend from Japan who plays the harmonica. He is the most amazing harmonica player and the most amazing human being that I've ever met. His name is Natsuki Kurai. So we're going to hopefully do some touring all around the world next year. So at the moment, this is my dream, and I'm trying to start planning it. So hopefully next year I will travel again around the world with Natsuki. But we never know. Anything can happen, so we'll see.